Greetings, collective. It's Inspirational, and I'm back with a little mini, I guess you can say, love reading. I was inspired to pull some cards on the collective situation. So, if the messages resonate, please take those and apply them to your life. Use your intuition to apply these messages to your life and how they fit. And I hope that this can be of some help to illuminate some of the energies that are around that we may not be able to pinpoint. So these first four cards that we have here are what we know, what's the current situation, and we have come to realize that we have had a thought, an idea, a wish, a dream, a belief surrounding a certain relationship in our lives, and it was incredibly burdensome to manage, and there wasn't much reward from it. And some of us may have been in situations where our hearts were getting broken, and quite frankly, we were the ones breaking it because we had this wish, this idea, this thought, this fixation, that this expectation that this is the relationship for us. This is where we needed to be. But it was so much work, very little reward, and quite frankly ended up in disappointment. This is the energy that we're currently dealing with. This is the realization, if we have not, that we will come to. Now, I wanted to know, okay, so we know that we've been through this burdensome time, and we realized things, the energy for what it was, and so those are things that we already know. So what is it that we don't know? And I came up with another row of cards, and it actually gave us an extra, so I shall move these cards up. This is what we already know. And I asked the question, what we do not know. I have a separate divination pad where I draw my cards, and I feel like shuffling takes up a lot of time, so I pre-shuffled them. Maybe in the future it's something that I'll consider doing live on camera, but for now, this is what we have to deal with. And what I got was, the question was, these are, the first row are the things that we know. We know we've been struggling in a relationship, and it's been quite burdensome with very little reward, and to the point where it ended up in disappointment, or it will end up in disappointment, or we find ourselves just not happy with the situation. It could be third party. I apply it to your situation if this is what it is. And so my question was, what is it that we don't know that's going on behind the scenes? And what this experience, what it's telling me is that this experience is actually for your benefit. It is leading you towards healing and manifestation and passion and desire for something new, especially in the realms of your heart, is what I'm hearing. This is leading you to some passion involving the realms of your heart, manifestation. This is taking you taking you on a journey, traveling, right? And it's interesting because I've already pulled all the cards, and it's interesting that I say journey. This is taking you, this experience here, now that we've realized that, and we're aware. The first line is we're aware. What are we not aware of? We may be able to sense, but we're not quite sure. But we are being led on a journey of self-discovery, manifestations, really discovering our beauty, what we're passionate about, finding passion in our lives. And we're headed on a journey of manifestation and realizing our power and generating, generating something new within our hearts. Now, an extra card popped out and he popped out right there. I don't know if you can see that. He is the Devil card. So I don't think necessarily that that's a bad thing. Now, in the situation where we have come to the realization, oh, we seen your ass. We seen your ass. You've been identified. We know you're at play. We know that this energy was alive here. Now, what it has to do with us going forward on this journey is to do with passion. It's to do with us being the Queen of Wands, being someone who's very passionate, very beautiful, elegant, graceful, and this just intensifies her passion, and it also intensifies your heart chakra. Some of you that do work with the moon, you are it's doing something with your third eye. I don't know. You tell me. And then, so what I wanted, I was like, okay, well, this is great. This is great that we have these energies at work. So what can we expect to see? Like, what's, I guess you can say the third row is, what's the outcome? What can we expect to see, alive and well here in this, from this journey, this situation? And I came up with 4 cards. And we have the 7 of Swords. I don't know if you can see that. I want you to be able to see it. 7 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. The Emperor. And the 5 of Swords. So, I'm laughing because this does not look like it's a great journey that we're going on, right? And I was like, damn, this is a lot of 5s and 7s and all of that stuff. But what I do like here is that we are journeying to find our passion, and our passion leads us to away from this first row, away from what was alive inside of our lives, and whether we know it or not, we are taking the journey. We're making the moves energetically. Some of us may know it, and it's physically, and we're leading to a completion of up here. And that's why in the beginning I was like, we've left it, because the 10 of Swords showed up, and then that's a completion. We have the 7 of Swords, which means that, there's some little childish, devilish play around here, a little trickery, for us to be able to notice the energies, especially if we're not familiar with energy, right? If it's a learning curve, if we have any energetically, if we're just starting to hear the wake-up call, we're just starting to notice synchronicities, we're just starting to have a spidey sense about something, but then it's coming to this situation above here is coming to a conclusion as we take on our journey, and we realize our manifestation power, which ignites our passion and our beauty, and we actually stand in our power. And then we find that we have this new knowledge about the universe and how things work, and we kind of take all of these struggles, right, and these little swords, 7 and 5, aside from the 10, which is completion, are what are all the lessons that we're trying to, that are new, that are learning curves for us. So that's all that is. We are getting on a learning curve, and so that's where we are. We have consciously realized that we were being unfulfilled in a situation, and what we didn't know, what was working behind the scenes for us, is that we were taking some sort, this disappointment, this lack of fulfillment, was this pain that we were suffering is meant to be transmuted to take us on an energetic journey, or maybe a theoretic journey, something inside our minds, to where we discover a newfound passion that is amplified and ignited by us realizing our manifestation powers, right? That brings a completion of the cycle, and the stability and the knowledge and the worldly knowledge and the etheric knowledge that we understand now and carry in our lives moving forward. Um, and with this new, because this is what's to come, is a lot of learning curves. A lot of learning curves. It could be a new relationship. You could have a partner coming in as the husband. For those of you that don't need a husband, wife. Someone very dutiful. Someone very astute. It could also be a mentor with this type of energy. But I see a lot of learning. A lot of learning and learning curves. That's all the 5 and 7 is here for. And so I was like, okay, that's great. What is the guidance card? And what popped out for us is the journey card. So yeah, we're totally on a journey of healing, of we're on several different journeys. It's 2020, ain't nobody got time. I feel like 2020 is a lot of fast energy with nothing slowing down. Like they were saying, get ready, because it's gonna be on and popping, and it popped off. Is how I feel. The energies are just like shoom, 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 and I'm just like, wait, I want to slow down. I don't want to go that fast. But here we are on the journey. We're having all these learning lessons, and it's like a crash course, you know, and things that we are needing to examine are coming up. Things surrounding our belief systems. How have we been raised? Why do we think this way? What is wrong with me? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Da 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 da. Like I said, an exploration of ourselves to discover who we are, what makes us tick, what gets our goat, what passions we have, so that we can transform the energy so that we don't attract things that are not in our highest, best interest. And I mean, we get to work, don't we? With this Nine of Wands, we get to work. And the journey brings us enlightenment. It brings us a sense of, it brings us back to our childhood. Oh, Lord. Whew. I guess in your childhood, you can find a lot of things that you need to heal. And you can also find, I find it interesting that it's in line here, that it's a vertical line here with this, and the Queen of Wands. Your passions, things that your expression, the way you live your life, the way that you feel inside, that exudes from inside to outside. And if we're talking about relationships, then this is definitely something that we're going to be working on, something that we're going to have major realizations about, enlightenment about relationships. Maybe it's how we carry ourselves in relationships, the energy surrounding the relationships, how to repair relationships. We're going to get some type of guidance from a higher power about on our journey, and we just need to make sure I'm hearing that we go on this journey. Thanks for tuning in. This is a new temporary setup. I did my divination away from this table because it's so little and I needed a bigger space. So I kind of have to tweak it because things aren't working out for me to be where I need to be on the floor in my little sacred space. So bear with me. Thank you for watching. Like it if it resonates.